Legends spoke of the silent forest as a place of retribution. They said the forest called to those with secrets, dragging them to face their sins. It was said the trees whispered at night, their voices carrying the weight of untold truths. But to Clara, these were just stories crafted to scare the gullible. A skeptic at heart, Clara was a journalist chasing a story, one that would finally prove her worth. A series of unexplained disappearances tied to the forest had caught her attention. She saw it as an opportunity to uncover the truth behind the folklore, or so she thought. Armed with her camera, a flashlight, and a stubborn determination, she set out alone, ignoring the warnings of the locals. The forest loomed before her, its dense canopy blocking out the fading daylight. The moment Clara stepped inside, she felt it. A strange shift in the air, as though the forest itself was watching her. She shook off the unease, chalking it up to her imagination. The further she ventured, the quieter it became. No birds, no rustling leaves, just silence. A silence so profound it felt unnatural. As she walked, she noticed carvings on some of the trees. Names, dates, symbols. Some looked fresh, while others were so old they had faded into the bark. She paused to film them, narrating her observations into the camera. "This place has an eerie beauty to it," she said aloud, her voice echoing softly. "But it's just a forest. Nothing supernatural here." Hours passed as she wandered deeper, documenting everything. The sun had set, and her flashlight barely penetrated the darkness. She felt the weight of the forest pressing down on her. Yet, nothing out of the ordinary had happened. Frustrated, she sat down on a fallen log, considering her next move. Suddenly, movement caught her eye. A shadow flitted between the trees, too quick to be human. Her breath hitched. Grabbing her camera, she stood and aimed the lens at the spot where she'd seen it. "Hello? Is someone there?" she called out, her voice trembling slightly. No response. But the shadow appeared again, darting further into the woods. Against her better judgment, Clara followed. Her camera light sliced through the darkness, revealing nothing but twisted roots and gnarled branches. As she pursued the shadow, the forest seemed to change around her. The trees grew denser, their branches intertwining like skeletal hands. She stumbled into a clearing, and what she saw made her stomach drop. The ground was littered with personal belongings, watches, bags, shoes, all weathered and old. She filmed the scene, her heart pounding. At the center of the clearing stood a massive tree, its bark etched with hundreds of names. Some were carved deep, while others were barely legible. Clara approached cautiously, her flashlight illuminating the engravings. Then she froze. Her own name was there, etched into the bark as if it had been waiting for her. A chill ran down her spine. Before she could react, a voice whispered, "Be hey."